Okay, to draw in the walls to the actual sizes, okay? So I'm gonna go back to my floor plan that I have here, and this is basically 56 feet, 55 feet, okay? The thing though is if you look at this wall, at this floor plan, this one is not exactly the way I want it to be done. And that's not really the usual way. I will tell you, every architect has a different way of doing these things. But in checking with Mr. Iglesias, the way I'm going to show you right now is the way that's usually done here in El Paso. The size of the roof of so I'm sorry, the size of the house, the 56 to 55, is going to be from the structure. Okay. So right now, this looks like it's dimensioned to the outside edge of the home. And like you said, Mr. Iglesias said, and it makes sense. Whenever they're building a house, they're going to build a structure first. So the structure is the one that needs to be at 56 feet. It needs to be at 55 feet. It needs to be at 17 feet 6 inches by 16 feet. That's where the structure needs to be because they're going to build a structure first. And then they come back and start putting up the sheetrock and OSB and all that later. So we're going to base our dimensions and everything off the structure, which is why the core boundary is important in our wall types. Okay. So we're going to be using that. So I'm going to make my house 56 feet. Okay. 56 feet by 55 feet 1 inch over here. As a matter of fact, I could probably just go with 55 feet um, in this case. I'm going to go 56 by 55. All right. And like I said, I still need to come up with the design of it. Of course, the 56 feet is to here, to where the garage is at. And then remember, we don't have to follow this exactly every exact size. It gives you an approximate size of what to make these rooms. So if I'm off here and there a little bit, it's really not going to be that big of a deal. The only thing that's going to be the most important is the outside edges of the home, because that's where your square footage is measured. All right. So now that I have my wall, I'm going to go over here to architecture, and I'm going to place my walls. Okay, so I'm going to go to architectural wall. I need to make sure I have my exterior wall here. Now the location line. The location line right now says wall center line. So I need to change the wall center line to the core face exterior. In this case, I'm working with the exterior walls. So I'm going to make sure that the core face of the outside, which is our core boundary, is to the exterior side. So I'm going to go with core face exterior. And then as far as the height of the wall, I'm going to change the height of the wall to be not unconnected, but to go up to level 2. Okay. So it's going to go from level 1 and then it's going to come up to level 2. You don't want to leave it unconnected. You want to make sure it connects to something. So I'm going to go ahead and connect it to level 2. Okay. So now I'm going to go 56 feet. So just somewhere in this area, I'm going to start here at the point right in here somewhere. And then I'm going to go 56 feet. And notice where I'm drawing from. So if you notice, I'm drawing 56 feet, but it's on the wrong side because I need, this is the core face exterior. So before I click on anything, I hit the space bar to flip the wall to the inside to then go to 56 feet. You can eyeball it because it's going in 6-inch increments, so 56 feet. I'm going to click there, 56. And then I'm going to come across this way for the garage. The garage says 22.7 by 21.8. I don't know which one is which, so I'm going to go with the 22.7 this way, 22 feet 7 inches. So I'm going to go this way, 22 feet 7 inches. And if you notice, it's going to be really hard to get to the 22 feet 7 inches. So you can actually type it. So I'm going to type 22 space 7. That's understood as 22 feet 7 inches. Enter. And then I'm gonna go this way. It doesn't give me a size for the little porch, so I'm just gonna go in a few feet. I'm sorry, for the bedroom. And then the bedroom coming across this way looks like it's about 11 feet or so. So I'm gonna go to 11. Or I can type in 11 space 0, enter. And then come out this way. This doesn't say also what size it is either. So I'm just gonna go with a nice, I don't know, maybe like a 9 foot. Remember, it doesn't have to be exactly the way it is here. As a matter of fact, I'm just kind of just using it kind of a guide just to get you guys to start drawing stuff. And then 13 feet according to this thing, 13 by 12. So I'm going to go with 12. 12, enter. I wonder if that takes us 12 feet. Yep, I guess it does. Okay. And then this way, I'm going to go back all the way to here where it lines all the way to back here and to there. Got it. Okay. So that's my exterior walls. Okay. Now it does say 56 by 55. 56 by 55. Okay. So how do I make sure that I have that? For now, if I select the wall, it'll give me these dimensions right in here. And the thing though is that these dimensions kind of refer themselves to the center of the walls. You can click on it and it'll change to finished face exterior. You click on it again, it goes to finished face exterior. But if I want to go to the core boundary, you might be able to drag it. No, as a matter of fact, it won't do it. So unfortunately, we are going to have to specifically put in dimensions at this point. Okay. So then I am going to have to put some dimensions in there under annotate, aligned. But the dimensions I'm going to place are specifically going to be two faces of core. So when I go face of core here, and notice, be careful, there's two cores, remember? So I need to make sure I go to the face of the core on the outside, just like Mr. Iglesias asked us to do. And then to the outside, if you notice, that should be the 55 feet. I'm sorry, 56. And then from this face of core here to this face of core here, that one should have been 56 feet, and it's not. Okay. So we can just adjust it. We can just adjust it. Okay, so this one's 56 feet. This one, for some reason or another, ended up being 47 feet. I might have missed something. Oh, yes, I did. I missed the foyer. So I drew in the bedroom, and then I missed the little foyer, and then this bedroom over here. Okay, well, we can fix that. As a matter of fact, I need this to be 55 feet 1 inch. I'm going to make it just 55 feet. So then I'm going to make this 55 feet and adjust this little area here. Pretty easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and to change it, I'm going to select this wall here. And then I can go back in here and change this one to be the 55 feet 0 inches. Okay. Okay, so that's 55 feet here. And then I needed this part here since I forgot to put in the little foyer entrance. I'm just going to go back and adjust it. I'm not going to restart all over again like everybody does. I'm just going to adjust this little area here to add this part. So I just kind of went from the bedroom across here to this bedroom, and I forgot to add this little foyer. So I'm going to keep this one at 12 feet. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another dimension aligned, making sure I'm using the faces of core from this face of the core here to this face of the core here. Remember, it's got several faces, so you need to make sure you're using the outside edges and pick that one there. Okay, so notice it says 21 feet 5 inches, but I need it to be, and I want it to be 12 feet. Okay, so don't forget that whenever you're adjusting walls, you pick the one you want to adjust. Like here, a lot of students do this and they select it. Remember, this wall is 55 feet. So a lot of students do this incorrectly and they say, oh, it should be 13 feet or 12 feet. I'm going to select the wall and I'm going to change it to be 12, change this to be 12 feet. 12, enter. Okay. So everything looks good. And then all of a sudden, oh no, this got changed. Well, it's because you moved the wrong wall. Okay. It's because you moved the wrong wall. So then when you want to leave this alone, what you want to do is you actually want to move this wall. So don't select this one and change the dimension. You actually select this one. That one, that way, this one stays where it's at. And then this one I change to be 12 feet. Then everything will stay the same. Okay. Even though you can lock walls, I don't like to do that though, but you can lock them into place. So that's something that is there if you wanted so you can lock it. But I just usually don't. I don't like to. And as a matter of fact, I don't even remember how to lock the wall, but there's a way to lock it. But that's not what I want to do. Okay, you just simply get into the habit of moving the right wall. Okay, and then I need to add this little foyer. It doesn't give me dimensions to it, so I'm just gonna kind of add another little piece of wall there. So let's see. I'm gonna go over here and add a wall somewhere here, más o menos like this, and then up this way. And then the exterior side needs to be on this side. Let's say I put it on the wrong place to begin with. Okay, let's say I put it in the wrong place to begin with. Okay. If you did, how do I know which side is the exterior? If I select it, this little arrows indicates the side of the exterior of the wall. Okay. So if it's on the wrong place, you can just simply flip it. Okay. You can flip it. So this one, if you notice, I need the exterior to be on this side. So I'm going to flip it. Same with this one. I'm going to flip this one. And then I'm going to trim these corners by typing TR for trim. And then select this guy and this guy. this guy, and this guy. Okay, that's how I get my little um, the foyer. Okay, if I select it, I can see the exterior, and the exterior. And how do I know these dimensions? Unfortunately, you are going to have to probably put in your own dimensions. I could take these dimensions and make them permanent by clicking here, but then they're referring to the centers of the wall. So I don't really want to use those. Matter of fact, I guess those are the lock options right there. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and start putting in my own dimensions, which you're going to need at one point anyways. And then just make sure that you go in faces of core. So face to face. And then all these dimensions, we also want it to be the nearest inch. You don't want to have half inches in any dimension, even when we put in our interior walls. We don't want anything to be in half-inch increments, okay? So you want to get rid of that. So you're just going to grab this one and make one a little bit bigger than the other one. I'll make this one maybe the 10 space 3. And then that one would be 10 foot 3 and 10 foot 2, okay? So that's pretty much it for my exterior. The next video is to show you how to create the interior walls.